I'm Teacher Nel, your science teacher for today. Our lesson for today is all about changes in materials, whether useful or harmful to one's environment.
Mga bata, ang ating aralin ngayong araw ay tungkol sa changes in materials, whether useful or harmful to one's environment. Are you ready? So let's start. The most essential learning competency for this topic is to identify changes in materials, whether useful or harmful to one's environment. Your targets or specific learning objectives are the following. Identify changes in materials that are useful or harmful to the environment. Describe harmful effects of the changes in the materials to the environment and suggest some ways of preventing or minimizing the harmful effects of the changes in the materials to the environment. It's time to get your notebook and pen and answer the following questions. Directions. Carefully examine the statement of the changes in the materials. Identify whether such changes in the materials are useful or harmful to the environment by putting a check mark on the proper column. Do this in your science notebook. How did you find the tests? Did you find it difficult? Don't worry. This just means that there are more things that you can learn from this video lesson about changes in materials, whether useful or harmful to one's environment. So, let's go! But before that, let us first define the terms used in this lesson. Useful materials are materials that serve with a purpose. Harmful materials are materials that bring hazard. Environment, the sum total of all surroundings of a living and non-living things. Let's try to do this activity. Arrange the jumbled letters to get the correct word. The clue or meaning, having value or benefit, with good effect. Write your answer in your activity notebook. Next, arrange the jumbled letters to get the correct word. The clue or meaning, causing damage or injury, likely to cause harm. Write your answer in your activity notebook. Third, arrange the jumbled letters to get the correct word. The clue or meaning, the surrounding in which a person, animal, or plant lives. The place with land, air, and water affected by human activity. Write your answer in your activity notebook. Don't forget to submit your answer to your science teacher. This time, let us explore more about this lesson by providing the next activity, entitled Identify Changes, whether useful or harmful. What to do? First, study the pictures on the table found in the next slide. Second, describe if it is useful or harmful in the second and third column. Third, answer the guide questions that follow. Fourth, write your answer in your notebook. Guide questions. Number 1. Explain and describe activities which are useful and harmful to environment. Second, enumerate some ways of preventing or minimizing its effect to the environment. Perform the next activity entitled I Can. What to do? First, examine the pictures found in the next slide. Second, copy the table in your notebook as shown in the next slide. Third, identify each material, whether it is harmful or useful to the environment. Keep in mind that some changes in the materials are useful or harmful to the environment. Changes are harmful if it causes pollution to the water, land, and air. Next, let us explore more another activity entitled I Am Responsible. Directions: with the following human activities, predict what will be the result of the different human activities below. Choose the answer inside the box. Do this in your science notebook. Submit it to your science teacher once you have completed. A. Animals will lose their homes. B. Houses will collapse. C. Fishes will be poisoned. D. People will get sick. E. There will be flash floods if temperature becomes hot. G. Crops will not grow. Number 1. Blank. Building many factories that release smoke during operation. Number 2. Conducting small and big scale mining near residential areas. Number 3. Using artificial fertilizers in growing plants. Number 4. Kaingin system in mountainous areas. Number 5. Dumping of garbage in bodies of water. Number 6. Building pig pens near water sources. Number 7. Cutting of trees in the community. Number 8. Deforestation of forests and other wildlife sanctuaries. Keep in mind that large forest areas have been carelessly destroyed through deforestation. Deforestation causes the downgrading of our natural environment. This downgrading of our environment leads to destruction of wildlife, occurrence of destructive floods, massive soil erosion, incidents of devastating drought, global warming. To keep our environment clean, people are encouraged to apply the 5 R's of waste management: reduce, reuse, recycle, repair, and route. Reduce. Buy items in refillable containers. Use cloth, eco bag, native baskets instead of plastic bags. Avoid buying disposable items or single-use products such as batteries, paper cups, plastic utensils. Reuse. Donate or sell reusable items. Use both sides of paper when printing and reuse as scratch paper or gift wrapper. Buy durable food storage containers and reuse them instead of reusing fuel or plastic bags or wrap. Recycle. Do not throw away used newspaper or used writing pads. Sell them instead. Used bottles, tin cans, and rubber tires can be recycled into useful materials. Repair. Repair appliances, lighting fixtures, furnitures, and automotive parts instead of buying new ones. Wrap. Set up compost pile to compost yard trimmings. Make a compost pit or bin in the yard for your biodegradable materials such as fruits, vegetables, and coffee grinds, etc. Time for your reflection. I have learned that I wish to ask my teacher about. Write your answer in your activity notebook and submit it to your science teacher. For your reinforcement, directions. Choose any one in the given questions or statements. In 1 or 2 sentences, answer the question or questions briefly. Write your answers in your science notebook. Submit it to your science teacher. A. As a child, how can you help prevent pollution of water and in air in your community? B. If you are going to dispose harmful waste materials found at home, what safety measures are you going to do to prevent you from harm? Let us assess what you have learned in this lesson. Get your notebook and pen and answer the next 10 questions. Submit your answer to your science teacher. Directions. Carefully examine the statement of the changes in the materials. Identify whether such changes in the materials are useful or harmful to the environment by putting a check mark on the proper column. Do this in your science notebook. Changes in the materials. Number 1. Repairing of furnitures. Number 2. Recycling of old notebooks. Number 3. Make a compost pit or bin in the yard for your biodegradable materials. Number 4. Using eco bag or native baskets instead of plastic bags. Number 5. Sealing of bottles, paper, and cardboard materials. Number 6. Cutting of lumber into chairs and tables. Number 7. Dumping of waste at the vacant lot. Number 8. Growing plants in the backyard. Number 9. Burning of old tires and other plastic materials. Number 10. Cutting of piece of cloth to be made into handkerchief. Congratulations mga bata! You have successfully completed the video lesson. Reminder, don't forget to submit all your outputs to your science teacher.
Thank you for watching, and I hope that you learned something today. Bye-bye!